The torches were coming up the hill. The sound of Roman boots was grinding against the stone. The time was short. The betrayal was moments away. But in the shadow of the olive trees at Gethsemane, Jesus did not speak of theology. He did not speak of scripture. He did something the disciples had never seen before. He turned to John, the youngest, the one who would live to carry the code. He placed his hand on John's throat, just below the jawline, right where the pulse beats against the skin. He pressed gently, and he asked a question that bridges 2,000 years of silence. "Do you feel that?" John nodded, terrified. "That," Jesus said, "is the wandering nerve. The Romans call it the vagus, but I tell you, it is the ladder of Jacob. It is the physical thread that ties the soul to the silence." The disciples were confused. They knew about prayer, they knew about fasting, they knew about the law. But the Master was talking about anatomy. He was talking about a physical wire inside the human meat suit. He continued, "The monad placed a nerve in your body that connects everything: your breath, your heart, your awareness. When this nerve is asleep, you are a slave to the world. You are food for the rulers. But when you activate this nerve consciously, the portal opens. The archons go blind, and you return home without leaving the body." Then he gave them the warning that explains your entire life. The rulers of this world will build a civilization to keep this nerve dead. They will frighten you, they will rush you, they will poison you, because they know that if the God nerve wakes up, their kingdom falls. If you are watching this, you have felt the suppression. You have felt the inexplicable anxiety that hums in your chest from the moment you wake up. You have felt the shallow breath, the racing heart, the inability to find deep peace no matter how much you meditate. This is not a defect. This is a design. This is the Archon grid suppressing your biology. But you are here because the spark is fighting back. You are here because you are a pneumatic, and pneumatics feel the cage. Tonight, we break the cage. Tonight, you learn the anatomy of your own divinity. Tonight, we activate the God nerve. Welcome to the forbidden physiology. To understand why you suffer, you must understand what you are. You are not just a soul inside a body, you are a frequency generator, and the machine that controls your frequency is the autonomic nervous system. Science calls it the vagus nerve, the 10th cranial nerve. It is the longest nerve in the body. It starts in the brainstem, the reptilian seat of survival, and it wanders. That is what vagus means in Latin, the wanderer. It winds down your neck, it wraps around your vocal cords, it embraces your heart, it penetrates your lungs, it dives into your gut. It is the superhighway connecting your brain to your being. But here is the Gnostic secret. The vagus nerve is the antenna of the monad. When this nerve is active, when it is vibrating at high tone, you enter a state called parasympathetic dominance. In this state, the heart rate slows, the inflammation cools, the brain waves shift from beta to alpha and theta. And most importantly, the ego dissolves. The separation vanishes. You feel connected to the source. You feel safe. You feel expansive. This is the kingdom of heaven within. It is a biological state, but the archons cannot feed on a human in this state. High vagal tone produces a frequency of peace. Peace burns them. Peace starves them. They need loosh. They need the energy of fear, the energy of stress, the energy of fight or flight. So they engineered a world designed to keep your vagus nerve permanently shut down. Look at your life. You wake up to a violent alarm, sympathetic nervous system activation. You check your phone, doom scrolling, bad news, sympathetic activation. You drink caffeine on an empty stomach, sympathetic activation. You sit in traffic, rage, frustration, sympathetic activation. You work under a deadline, fear of survival, sympathetic activation. You eat processed food that inflames the gut, vagal suppression. You watch a horror movie or the news before bed, sympathetic activation. You are living in a chronic state of fight or flight. Your body thinks it is being chased by a lion 24 hours a day. When you are in this state, the God nerve shuts off. It goes dormant. The portal closes. You become trapped in the density of the physical. You become identified with the body. You become reaction. You become food. This is why the Hylics, the soulless ones, seem fine with modern life. They can live in stress for decades and never feel a spiritual crisis. They do not have a monad signal trying to get through. But you, the chosen one, the pneumatic, you feel it as a sickness. You feel the homesickness. You feel the instinctual need to withdraw, to breathe, to hum, to find cold water. That is not anxiety. That is your monad trying to reboot the God nerve. Every time you sighed deeply and felt better, that was the nerve flicking on. Every time you put cold water on your face and felt a sudden calm, that was the mammalian dive reflex stimulating the vagus. Every time you hummed a tune and felt your chest vibrate, that was you massaging the nerve with sound. You have been trying to heal yourself your whole life. You just didn't know the mechanism. Tonight, we stop guessing. Tonight, we use the manual. Jesus taught the disciples a specific protocol, a combination of breath, sound, and focus that forces the vagus nerve to switch on. It overrides the archon signals. It forces the body into the divine state. This technique works because it speaks the language of the body. You cannot think your way out of stress. You cannot believe your way into peace. You must signal the safety directly to the nerve. We are going to do this together, right now. You do not need to be a monk. You do not need a cave. You need 10 minutes and a spine. If you are driving, pull over. If you are distracted, stop. This is the most important thing you will do today. The God Nerve Activation Ritual. There are 4 steps. We will layer them. Each step engages a different branch of the vagus nerve. Step 1. The pillar of light. Posture. Sit up straight. The vagus nerve runs through the spinal column and the neck. If you are hunched over looking at a phone, you are physically pinching the hose. You are blocking the flow. Straighten your spine. Lift your chin slightly. Open the chest. Close your eyes. By closing your eyes, you cut off 80% of the sensory input. You signal the brain that there is no immediate tiger. The vigilance drops. Step 2. The code of breath. 4-4-8. The breath is the remote control for the nervous system. Most people breathe shallowly into the chest. This signals panic. We are going to breathe into the belly. The diaphragm must move. The vagus nerve passes through the diaphragm. When the belly expands, the nerve is massaged. But the secret is the ratio. The exhale must be twice as long as the inhale. When you inhale, the heart speeds up slightly. That is sympathetic. When you exhale, the heart slows down. That is parasympathetic. That is the vagus. We will extend the exhale to hack the system. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale through the mouth through pursed lips for 8 seconds. Let's do it together. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Feel the belly rise. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Stillness. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze all the air out. Again. Inhale. Deep into the stomach. Hold. The portal opens in the pause. Exhale, slow, controlled, like you are blowing out a candle through a straw. Do this for 2 minutes. You will feel a change. Your shoulders will drop. Your jaw will unclench. The static noise in your brain will lower its volume. This is the door unlocking. Step 3. The sacred vibration, the hum. Now we add the sound. The vagus nerve wraps directly around the vocal cords in the larynx. This is why chanting, singing, and prayer have been used for thousands of years. It is not just about the words, it is about the physics of vibration. When you hum, you physically vibrate the nerve. You send a shockwave of relaxation down into the heart and gut. Jesus taught them to use the M sound, the sound of creation. On the next exhale, keep your mouth closed. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, and as you exhale for 8, make a low, steady humming sound deep in your throat. Feel the vibration in your lips. Feel it in your chest cavity. Feel it in your skull. Make it loud enough to rattle your teeth slightly. Do this for 2 minutes. This triggers the release of nitric oxide. It expands the blood vessels. It floods the system with anti-stress hormones. You might feel tingling in your hands. You might feel heat in your face. That is the God nerve waking up. That is the power coming online. Step 4. Heart-brain coherence, the monad connection. Now, keep the breath. Keep the hum if you wish, but move your attention. Bring your focus to the center of your chest, the heart center. The vagus nerve is the bridge between the brain and the heart. When you focus on the heart while breathing slowly, you align the electromagnetic fields of both organs. This is called coherence. Visualize a golden light in your heart. With every inhale, the light gets brighter. With every exhale, the light expands. Imagine breathing through your heart. Stay here. In this state, you are no longer a body fighting for survival. You are a consciousness witnessing the body. The fear is gone. The anxiety is gone. The past and future are gone. There is only now. There is only the monad. This is the state Jesus lived in. He walked through a violent world, but his internal biology remained in this state. He could sleep on a boat in the middle of a storm. Why? High vagal tone. He could face the cross without hatred. Why? High vagal tone. He was operating from the God nerve, not the reptilian brain. And he said, "The things I do, you shall do also." He meant this. He meant you can master your own biology. You can unplug from the Archon stress grid. Open your eyes slowly. Do not move yet. Just look around the room. Notice the difference. Colors might look brighter. Sounds might seem sharper but less irritating. You feel in your body, but also vast. That is the portal. It is open. You have just manually overridden the programming of the modern world. You have just denied the Archons their meal. But listen to me closely. This is not a one-time fix. The world is a machine designed to pull you back down. The moment you pick up your phone, the moment you step into traffic, the suppression begins again. The nerve goes dormant. The portal closes. You must treat this like hygiene. You brush your teeth every day to save your teeth. You must activate the God nerve every day to save your soul. Practice this for 10 minutes every day. Morning is best to set the armor before the battle. Evening is critical to seal the field before sleep. If you do this for 7 days, the biology changes permanently. Your vagal tone increases. This means your baseline state shifts from stress to calm. It takes more to trigger you. You recover faster. The Archon hooks slide off you because there is no inflammation for them to latch onto. Here are the 5 signs your God nerve is permanently activating. Sign 1. The pause. Something bad happens. Someone yells at you. Bad news comes. Instead of reacting instantly with rage or fear, there is a pause, a gap. You observe the event. You choose your response. That gap is the vagus nerve inhibiting the fight or flight response. That gap is your freedom. Sign 2. Witness consciousness. You stop saying, "I am anxious." You start saying, "I feel anxiety." You realize you are the sky and the emotions are just weather. This separation is the monad looking through your eyes. Sign 3. The craving for silence. You will stop tolerating noise. You will stop tolerating gossip. You will stop tolerating violent media. Your body will physically reject low-frequency inputs. You will crave nature. You will crave silence. You will crave water. Trust this. This is your biology aligning with the divine. Sign 4. the magnetic field. People will act differently around you. Animals will come to you. Children will stare at you. When you have high vagal tone, you broadcast a signal of safety via your electromagnetic field. People feel safe near you. They relax. They open up. You become a walking sanctuary in a world of chaos. Sign 5. Synchronicity. When the vagus nerve is open, the channel to the monad is open. Guidance comes through clearly. You think of something, and it happens. You ask for help, and it arrives. The static is gone. The signal is clear. The Archons tried to hide this. They tried to make you think spirituality was about going to church on Sunday and obeying rules. They distracted you with external temples so you would ignore the temple inside your rib cage. They kept you scared so the nerve would stay dead. But the secret is out. The nerve is the wandering path. The breath is the key. The vibration is the code. You are not a victim of your anxiety. You are a master who forgot how to drive the vehicle. You have the controls now. Jesus placed his hand on John's throat to show him the location of the switch. Tonight, place your hand on your own throat. Feel the pulse. Feel the hum. That is the pathway home. Do not let the world shut it down again. Do not let the news shut it down again. Do not let the fear shut it down again. Breathe. Hum. Connect. If you are committing to activating the God nerve tonight, you must anchor this intention. The Archons watch your compliance, but the monad watches your defiance. Show them which side you are on. Go to the comments below. Write the command, I am activating. Do not just type it. Speak it while you type it. Let the vibration hit your vagus nerve. I am activating. Then, subscribe to Divine Codes. We are mapping the entire spiritual anatomy. We are recovering the lost manual of the human avatar. The vagus nerve is just the wiring. Next, we will teach you about the pineal transmission, about the solar plexus battery. You need the full schematic. Like this video, not for us, for the algorithm. The algorithm is part of the matrix, but we can hack it. We can force it to show this truth to other chosen ones. Your like is a cyber sigil that breaks the suppression. Tonight, you do not sleep as a victim. Tonight, you sleep as a master of your own biology. The portal is open. Walk through it. Breathe. I am. End of transmission.